Man's sense of wonder caused him to contemplate the universe and man's place in it. Those who first observed the skies were known as cosmologists because they combined astronomy with astrology to try to understand the universe. Science had taken on a new importance by the late 1500s, and thinking man was on the edge of reason. The period between the mid-1500s to the early 1700s marks a time of great achievement in physics and astronomy. Views changed about the shape of the Earth, and the heliocentric view about the center of the universe was adopted. Most scientists accepted faith as important, but were not satisfied that faith was enough. Through reason, they attempted to explain the universe. Who were the scientists that contributed to our new understanding? Copernicus was the first to advance the heliocentric worldview. However, he died before his view was spread widely. Kepler, a Christian natural philosopher, determined the laws of planetary motion. Newton discovered the theory of universal gravitation and the universality of natural laws. But Galileo was perhaps the most well-known of the cosmologists. Galileo readily accepted and promoted the Copernican view that the Earth was not the center of the universe. His unwillingness to recant his views, which the Church had serious reservations about, caused Galileo to run afoul of the Inquisition in 1616. Basically, Galileo was given a sentence of house arrest, and his ability to write about his views was suppressed. In 1632, Galileo grew tired of the oppression, and he published his dialogue concerning the two chief systems of the world, Ptolemaic and Copernican. The Church was not anti-science, but believed that Galileo was crossing a line in his writings that moved away from science toward religious philosophy that rightly belonged to the Church. Ultimately, the Church issued an official apology regarding the Galileo affair in 2000. After Galileo, Darwin is probably the scientist who most rocked the Church community with his discoveries. At the time, most geologists believed in catastrophe theory, which meant that God created new and more perfect forms of life following each catastrophe. One biologist, Sir Charles Lyell, advanced the concept that the Earth was very old and its present geology was formed after a long and gradual evolution. Darwin believed this could also be true of plant and animal life, and he set out on the ship, the HMS Beagle, to find proof for his theory. And he did. The publication of Darwin's book on the origin of the species caused bitter controversy among the faithful and scientists alike. But a dozen years later, when he published The Descent of Man, the first skulls of early man had been found, and the controversy was less rancorous. How did scientific discovery change ethics? During the Renaissance and the Enlightenment, science was flourishing, and philosophers and scientists began to propose ideas that were non-theological. Man felt capable of controlling nature and improving human life through the use of reason, and questioned whether political or religious authorities were necessary any longer. In particular, when Martin Luther caused the split in the Church lost its status as the principal authority as to how individuals should live good lives. Thus, moral philosophy could be developed without the influence of the Church, and several great thinkers who did not have a religious point of view began developing secular, ethical theories.